Hi, David. So here's a makeshift rail, a skeletal rail, I guess you would call it, and one of the Coulisse remotes. So the first thing we're going to do is you can see the external antenna up here, and you can see that it's plugged in, hardwired here, not to a battery pack. Doesn't make any difference to the programming. And then up here, the little controller, I guess, the programming switch is right here. When you depress that, the motor starts to jog. And you can see the rail is moving up and down. Stand back a little bit here. So the next thing I'm going to do is pair the remote to the motor. And you do that by pressing on the bottom to get channel 1, and then flipping over and depressing that button there, which is not so easy when you're holding the camera. Let's see. And what will happen when I depress that, right there, what will happen is that the motor will stop jogging for about 3 seconds, and then it will start again, which is the indication that it's paired to that particular channel. So once I select 1, I can then set the lower position, and select channel 1, and then just press. You can see in this particular case the motor is going the other way around, it's reversed. So the way to reverse the motor, I believe, is press both these buttons, oops, at the same time. Until it goes back into programming mode. And then, now when I press the bottom button, it'll go down. So that way I've reversed the motor. I don't think you have to worry about reversing the motor because I made sure the direction was in the right place in the first place. So what I do here is just take it all the way up to my up position. Not very neatly there. Let's just, and then once I get to that position, I press this button and this button simultaneously, here and here, and you'll get that 3-second stop again. And that'll be the up position. And then I go down, and let's call that the down position, and I press this button and this button simultaneously, like that. And that's the bottom set. So now, when I go to the upper position, it should stop. That's great, Roy. It didn't work. It may be that I'm not getting both my fingers to the motor at the same time, on these buttons at the same time. Let's try it one more time. Go all the way up, decide that's going to be my stop position, and press these 2 buttons at the same time. There. And then go down. And stop it right there. Press the bottom, the middle and the bottom at the same time. Try and get that right. You can tell when you got it right because the motor stops for a second and then goes back to programming mode. So now that's the upper and lower limit set. And to test that, you have to take it out of programming mode. So you have to go back up to the motor, to that little switch, press that switch, and now the remote has been paired and the upper and lower limits have been set. So now when I go to the down position, just hold for 2 seconds. Go to the up position. You can see I'm not depressing anymore, and it stops before it gets to the top because that was the upper limit. And hold the bottom button for a couple of seconds. It'll go to that position and stop. So now your problem is that you want to unpair this remote which is set on channel 1 for all of the shades in the Nicosia home. And so to do that, you simply just press this button, and then, let's see if I can find the and then press the little hole in the back. And now, when I go to channel 1, you'll notice that, oops, maybe I didn't get to it fast enough. This one-handed movie making is not that easy. So you can tell it's still connected to this particular remote. So let's try one more time. I'm going to select channel 1 and then turn it over and hit that little button or hole in the back here. And that should be it unpaired. Maybe I need to have it in programming mode to unpair it. I think that's probably what I'm forgetting. Try it one more time. This one to here. Yeah, I think I have to be in programming mode. So let's, if you're not getting sick from all this Steadicam work here, go back and press the programming button on the motor controller here. And now, if I press channel 1 and then spear this at the same time, you see it stops for a couple of seconds to know, so you know it's been it's communicated to unpair with the remote. I go back, turn that programming switch off. And now, if I back up and press the channel and try and change it, I can't. So now what I'm going to do is reprogram it onto channel 2. So we go back to the motor, select the programming button so it starts jogging backwards and forwards. Then I'm going to select channel 2, 1, 2, and then press that button at the back. You can hear that it stopped. And so now this remote on channel 2 will allow me to lower the shade. And when I get to the position I want, press the bottom and the middle at the same time to set that position. And then go to the upper position. And stop. And then press this button and the middle button at the same time, up and the middle. It's important to get them at exactly the same time, and the motor should stop for a second. Like that. So you know you've set that limit. So now that I'm still in programming mode, I have to go back over, press the button in the rail, take it out of programming mode, which will allow me to lower this on channel 2 to the desired position. You can see I wasn't holding it. And then on the up, hold it for a second. And now it's programmed and paired on channel 2. So I hope that that helps, and I hope you didn't get sick, motion sickness.